FightSaga.com and Halftime Pizza proudly present WAWR Week Radio chats with ring announcer and commentator Joseph Herron.
Guys, welcome. Happy Tuesday to all of you. And guys, I regret to inform all of you that Coach Ronnie, he says he wishes he could be here. And unfortunately, he's got a lot of loose ends to tie up before he embarks on his trek with his welterweight, his 6'1" welterweight, Willie Jones, who's going to be competing in the prelims at the Cosmopolitan this Saturday night. And it's going to be on YouTube. So he hopes, and I strongly urge everyone to tune in and to support Coach Ronnie Shields. But he did want us to go through with the show. So that's what we're doing. He wanted me to let you guys know that he's here in spirit, and he wants all of you to support him and and his welterweight, Willie Jones, on Saturday evening. Okay? But guys, this would not be an episode of Real Boxing with Coach Ronnie Shields without, my gracious co-host, the always insightful, the incomparable, J.R. Bell from the Boxing Source. James, how you doing tonight, sir?
Yeah, what's going on, man? There's a couple times that I've been on the road to New Mexico, but it's only been like one city in New Mexico. And it wasn't like a spot that was kind of enjoyable, unfortunately. I didn't make some good stops out there. But, hey.
I will say this, brother. I will say this. Then thank you for mentioning that. That's my son's song, and it's going to be dropped very soon. They just finished mastering it, and it will be available very soon on Spotify, Pandora, and YouTube, guys. So please go support my son's band, Roshi, Roshii, as in the Dragon Ball Z character. But guys, I need my entire extended WAWR Week Radio family at this time, because it's my honey, Miss Margie Garcia. It's her birthday today. And unfortunately, it looks like she's going to be losing her father this evening. They're in hospice care with her entire family. And so I'm going to ask all of you if you can please help me pray at this time. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this wonderful and glorious day. Please give us all the guidance, strength, and wisdom we need to do your bidding always, Heavenly Father. And please have mercy on the soul of Senor Felix Garcia. And please welcome him with open arms into the kingdom of you, or into your blessed kingdom. Please give his soul your grace and your blessing on this day. In your sacred and holy name we pray. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Heavenly Father. And our heart, and we're with you, honey. We love you. And our heart goes out to you and your entire family at this time. And on a good note, guys, I'm sorry I failed to recognize last night, but I got a $20 donation from our WAWR Week Radio extended family member via Cash App. He used the Cash App last night, and I'm sorry I didn't recognize it, so I'm using this time to recognize it right now. He used $WAWR a week to make a very generous $20 donation to WAWR Week Radio. That is greatly appreciated, sir. Thank you, Derby Stardom. I really appreciate it. Love you, brother. Thank you very much for everything that you do. And thank you for all of your support always. And thank you for tuning in. And I'm really glad that you really enjoyed Real Talk with Rick Glazier yesterday evening. My apologies for not seeing it at the time and acknowledging your generous contribution to WAWR Week Radio. And with that said, James, a lot of news we're going to cover tonight. It's official, brother. Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. And according to Frank Warren, his promoter in the UK, it's not going to be an exhibition. We're going to talk about all of that. Your initial thoughts, though, when you heard that it's official.
Well, I mean, I wasn't surprised that it would be official.
Hmm.
This has been brought up for a while. Was it the? I don't know if it was a Dylan White fight or yeah, I think it was a Dylan White fight. When
Yeah, he was in the ring with him. Yeah.
yes. So, so I've seen it be a possibility for a while, and of course, this is the same Tyson Fury that delved into, world wrestling entertainment. So, you can't be surprised with the actions of a Tyson Luke Fury, the Gypsy King. Okay, so I mean that having that announcement is not a surprise. But the circumstances around it are kind of surprising. I'm not sure if it's gonna be part of the Factor of Fiction, but yeah,
Oh, it sure will
certainly,
be. And
yeah.
it will be. And we're going to get knee deep into it as soon as it comes up, brother.
Uh,
So, yeah, I just wanted to get your initial thoughts. And yeah, obviously, this really doesn't take any of us by surprise. But I am going to address all of the crybaby bitches, guys who are demanding Tyson Fury getting stripped. And I'm going to lay it out for you guys today. And so is Brother James, why there's no reason, and really there aren't any grounds to strip Tyson Fury of the WBC title. We're going to explain why, guys. I think the bulk of this, James, maybe I'm wrong, but I think the bulk of this hatred comes from, well, Anthony Joshua's great legion of diehard supporters. And you know what? It's great for the sport, but why do you carry such daggers for the man? They haven't even fought yet, guys. I don't understand. I really, for the life of me, I really can't understand where all of the Tyson Fury hatred comes from, really, other than maybe they just are diehard fans of Anthony Joshua, and that would make sense. And for those for his haters who aren't diehard fans of Anthony Joshua, well, all I can say is maybe just, injections of testosterone maybe would help. Quit eating tofu because it carries a large amount of estrogen. I really don't know what to say about that because it makes no sense at all. Your thoughts on this very quickly, James, before we start in our first segment, sir.
Well, in reference to Tyson Fury and the fans, some of them were kind of like disappointed, I guess, with what happened after the Klitschko fight. That may be part of it, but the other thing is like, especially from the UK, a number of the UK fighters haven't really gravitated towards Tyson Fury, from the beginning. So it's kind of weird, So, but I mean,
well, do you think it has a lot to do?
More than anybody in the heavyweight division.
James, do you think it has a lot to do with him being from Gypsy Nation? You think that's it?
Yes.
Very good.
I mean, you pretty much had the same. You had the same thing in a sense with Billy Joe Saunders. So,
yeah. Well, oh boy. Yeah. Oh, and low clarity. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to offend you if I said anything. I'm just trying to make sense of all of this. I should have said hummus or something like that because that also carries a lot of estrogen. From what I've read. but I love me some hummus though. And low clarity, thank you for your kind thoughts, brother, and thank you for joining me in prayer, my friend. I also want to give a big shout out to my brother Tycho TV. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for joining this beautiful day. Geez. Yeah, I don't understand it, but guys, we're gonna try something a little new, right? Now, those of us who joined us last night, we like to on Rick's show, we like to feature Rick's Twitter watch, right? So I thought it'd be fun to get James's thoughts, being the expert that you are, Brother James, your thoughts on the opinions of Rick Glazier via Twitter, right? So here we go, guys. We're going to start James's reaction to the Rick Glazier Twitter watch. Here we go.
Maybe, just maybe, it's time for Rick Glazier's Twitter watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you, Teddy, for the honors. Thank you, sir. Excuse me. My goodness. Here we go, brother. Number one, and this tweet was released yesterday at 4:37 a.m. He says, quote, Rick Glazer says via Twitter, says, quote, this past Saturday night, headliner to his own show for the first time, 20-year-old Floyd Kid Austin Schofield went from hot prospect to legitimate 135-pound contender. Now 15-0 with 11 stoppages, Floyd's very fast and athletic, and despite those attributes, he still likes to mix it up in there. Big future ahead for Floyd Schofield Jr. Hashtag GBP, hashtag boxing, end quote. Against a victory over Haskell Rhodes going the distance, does that make him a legit 135-pound contender, James?
I mean, I'm, not all too certain if you could consider him a legit, contender. But, I mean, this is, the same guy that, in his last fight against Jesus Leon that, I was at in Las Vegas in April. Like, he looked really good. I mean, but that was, like a quick 2-round KO victory for him. So, here against Haskell Rhodes, I think, a number of people probably thought that he would be able to, go through Haskell Rhodes, but, did go to full 10. I think, you were, in attendance for that fight card. So, of course, you would have a much better analysis of what went down there. But, Floyd Schofield is a, very good young fighter. I would say that. But as far as what he would do in the lightweight scene as of right now, I mean, that still remains to be seen. He's still, very young at 20 years old. So yeah, that's what I had on Floyd Schofield.
Well, I will say this. He hasn't progressed the way I would have liked him to, right? And I really like Floyd Schofield Jr. He is a very good, respectful kid, and he's very athletic, very skilled, but he hasn't progressed the way we had hoped. And in my opinion, his dad really needs to take him on. And this is what really pisses me off about this kid. Sky's the limit in terms of the sheer athleticism, natural athletic gifts. But his dad needs to start taking advantage of the resources that are in front of him. Damn it. Like every single time Coach Ronnie's been in the corner, he's just been in the corner. They haven't trained in Sugar Land, Texas in the Ronnie Shields gym yet. Like he just hasn't. I'm sorry. I might be going in and out. It looks like I'm having bad reception right now, and I'll try to get it rectified, guys. Let me turn on my hotspot. But this really pisses me off, and this is why we haven't seen him progress the way we had hoped. Because Ronnie hasn't been training with him during camp. They've conducted camp in San Antonio. Oh, we want to stay at home. You know what, man? Prepare yourself for the rigors of battle, man. Especially if you plan on stepping up in competition. From what they're talking about is him fighting Jojo Diaz next, when his huge cut heals. They're expecting him back in November or December. Brother, if you're going to take on someone like Jojo Diaz, you better start preparing yourself in Houston, Texas with Coach Ronnie Shields, because your dad just ain't cutting it, brother. Do you have anything to add to that, Brother James?
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Yeah, the thing about it is, with Schofield at this particular point, in his career, he's soon going to be going up against, those guys with a little bit more experience that have, been in the ring with a lot of top level competition, regardless of the weight class. And they're going to be, able to, make adjustments that maybe Floyd Schofield Jr. isn't quite used to if he's not, there, in training or working with, Coach Ronnie over in Houston or whatnot, or at least significant more time with Coach Ronnie Shields because of course, the level of Ronnie Shields' experience inside the ring and as a trainer. So, if they're thinking about, Golden Boy is thinking about putting Floyd Schofield in there against someone like a JoJo Diaz or, anybody with that type of experience, that's going to be a real tough fight for him. I know that he's gone up against a few guys that have built up a little bit of a record or a rack of wins, but not really big fights. They haven't had very many big fights, so if at all. But someone like a JoJo Diaz that has been in there with the likes of like Devin Haney and Gary Russell Jr. and multiple other high-level fighters, that could be a real issue for him, especially if it makes it a tough, ugly fight within the course of 10 rounds.
Yeah, you know what? Once again, there's a reason why they're choosing JoJo Diaz. And my brother Khalid has the beat. Thank you, brother, for joining us. Thank you. Welcome to the show, sir. And he says, salute Joseph and Boxing Source. Salute to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday. Says, Kid Austin has plenty of fundamental flaws. He needs to stop calling out Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin. Yes, indeed. They would smoke your ass like a cheap cigar, brother. Stop it. Okay? Until you start to tighten the screws and train with Coach Ronnie Shields, brother, you got no chance against them. You're not on their level, so just stop it. Chingo. We also want to welcome our brother LLOHS, Chop Suey, good too, soybeans. Yes, indeed, brother. And also our brother Jesus M. Thank you for joining us, sir. He says, Floyd should beat JoJo because JoJo doesn't have much left, and that's it. One, well, he doesn't have power at 35. Two, well, he's starting to, adopt the mindset of an opponent. Almost reminds me of poor Kermit Citron before he decided to hang it up. Do you remember that, Coach? Or you remember that, James?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, and we also want to give a big shout out to my brother Bruce, Gas Boxing Jazz and more. Guys, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my brother Bruce, great historian. Look forward to watching SummerSlam with you, brother, the first Sunday or Saturday, or I think it's Sunday, right? First Sunday of August, my friend. Guys, go please subscribe to my brother Bruce. Thank you for being here, my friend. But I'm sorry, as you were, James, you were going to say something about that?
Oh, no. Go ahead, continue.
Well, look, this is the difference, guys. JoJo Diaz, I hate to say this, and once again, he's a former Olympian, natural featherweight, competed at 135. He's starting to adopt the mentality of an opponent. Okay, they're talking about him being the lamb to the slaughter or a good litmus test against Floyd Schofield, right? His opponent, his last loss was against Mercito Hesta, Filipino fight veteran, long in the tooth. And now, well, I don't know if this is a reward, but he's going up against William Zepeda. That fight was just announced.
Yeah.
Like I said, guys, this, yeah. So, Floyd Schofield, quit calling out people. Just work on honing your craft. Work on sharpening the tools. And once again, iron sharpens iron. You need that quality sparring at the Ronnie Shields gym. I guarantee you're not getting in San Antonio at 135. That's all I have to say. But let's see. Let's do one more, brother, okay? From the Rick Glazier Twitter watch, right? Hold on. last one, brother, I promise, before we do Fact or Fiction. Let's do Teddy again, brother.
Just maybe. It's time for Rick Glazier's Twitter watch. Bang!
Thank you, Teddy. Thank you so much, Teddy. We appreciate that, brother. Number 2. This was a tweet at 9:31 p.m. July 9th. He says, Rick says, quote, forget about Ugas Thurman fight. Bouts to make for Showtime are Stanionis versus Thurman and Jaron Ennis versus Yordanis Ugas for 2 different shows as they're both headline main events. Tweet this to Steven Espinosa as the effing weasel has me blocked. And thank you, Conor McGregor, for calling him the effing weasel. #boxing. Ah, jeez. Why does he have to go there, James? Why does he have to go there, brother?
Man, he definitely doesn't have to go there. Definitely doesn't. Just talk about the potential matchups if that's what you request. Don't say something about the people that work within a certain network or a certain organization. Um, that I mean that's that. As far as like those matchups are concerned, uh, um, I'm not sure if I would be interested in those particular battles, so to speak. I'm better off just in it, as the people expect. Thurman versus Ugas, and then soon, potentially Boots versus Stanionis.
That's
Um,
it. That's it.
the thing with Stanionis is we'll have to see what goes on with him. I think he's still, working with Richard Schaefer, and
Mm-hmm.
as far as and I've heard that they have granted him a voluntary defense of that WBA regular title, so he might
They have. They have.
yeah,
Yes, they have.
go for that first, and then after that, then yeah, I could see a Boots fight in the future.
Yeah, you know what? Once again, guys. Yeah, I think Thurman Ugas, if this were, like I said on last night's show, if this were WWF, WWE, this would be labeled as a retirement match now, wouldn't it? Thurman versus Ugas. Scheduled for one pinfall for retirement.
well, it would either be like that so-called retirement match between Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, or it would be, as I say, the loser leaves town match.
I love it, brother. I love it. I tell you what, want to give a big shout out to my brother, G Funky Boxing. He was great as our co-host last night, guys. And if you haven't listened to it yet, please go check it out after this program. It's always a joy to share the air with you, G Funky. And thank you for helping me, and doing a lot of the heavy lifting last night. You knew I wasn't feeling well. Thank you, brother, for all of that. He says, "What's up, Joseph and James? I'm listening in from the pool. Another hot day here. Oh, you poor thing." Dude, I'm in San Antonio. You'll get no sympathy from me, brother. And then Outlaw. Floyd at 20 will beat Keyshawn, in my opinion. Oh, boy. James, would you like to address this? And once again, Outlaw, welcome to the program, sir. Your comments usually make me laugh, brother, just like this one, my friend. So, James, would you like to address this, sir?
Keyshawn would love to have a fight there against Floyd Schofield at this point. I mean, this is the same Keyshawn Davis that really was trying to go after not just like someone like a Frank Martin, but also Isaac Cruz Gonzalez. And I think that his with Keyshawn's confidence level, like he would be able to compete against those two fighters, but him against Floyd Schofield, he would do his best to style on Floyd Schofield at this point.
Yeah, honestly, Floyd Schofield doesn't want any of that noise, man. No, dude, no. And if you're a fan of Floyd Schofield, well, maybe you're not. Maybe that's why you want this fight. Look, if you're a fan of Floyd Schofield, you don't want this either, brother. Keyshawn Davis would uncork a serious ass whooping. He is not on Keyshawn Davis's level. He's a complete fighter, guys. And he says, "I'm not high on Keyshawn. Why? Did he sleep with your girlfriend?"
I mean, I've seen a couple of folks say that they're not high on Keyshawn. But
what? Does that make any sense to you, James?
You know where I think I know where it comes from though.
Let's hear it.
I think it comes from where he had his fight against Juan Carlos Burgos.
Mini Burgos.
In that particular fight, and I was there at MSG in last December. Like he was selling on Burgos. It was just that he didn't quite finish off Burgos and get like a knockout victory and stuff like that. But But I think that, with Keyshawn, he still has that potential to get, much better there.
Yep.
And I think, well, particularly with him being on Top Rank,
Yep.
The matchmakers that they have there, they match him up pretty well. He could, really be in a position to like show out and say, okay, you may have Shakur Stevenson that you're working on here, but hey, Keyshawn Davis could end up being a more exciting fighter than Shakur Stevenson if they do things right.
Yep. Well, I will say this, brother, and we're going to go right to that because I forgot to include this in Fact or Fiction. Also on Hot Boxing News. Well, looks like Shakur Stevenson and his brain trust have petitioned to activate his mandatory status for Devin Haney's WBC belt. And why are these idiots saying, I had to laugh. I heard this on the Boxing Source, or not the Boxing Source, Boxing Voice. My apologies for getting the two confused, sir, because there is no comparison. You actually know what you're talking about. You truly are an expert in this sport. That ass clown? Oh, goodness gracious. It's like the blind leading the blind, dude. No wonder so many boxing fans are stupid as hell. Chingao, dude. Look, I'm very proud of our Warwick Radio extended family members. You guys are awesome. You guys are sharp. But chingao, dude. Some of these guys, now I see where they get it. Because he's saying, Will Floyd had to sacrifice to fight Oscar De La Hoya, taking only 20%. Haney had to sacrifice, fighting Kambosos, taking 22%. Now Shakur, he's got to sacrifice. I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that. You sacrifice when you're fighting ticket sellers, not guys who couldn't sell out my living room on the Saturday night. James, am I wrong in stating the obvious?
Well, you're not wrong in that particular sense. But in reference to Shakur Stevenson, it'll be difficult to, make the fight under, what he may be asking for.
No. What's going to happen is what's going to happen, James? He's petitioning to become the mandatory challenger. That's right. Now up to the WBC to decide that split. That's why he's doing it. He's like, look, Junior, this isn't look. And what I think is going to end up happening, I think Haney is going to relinquish that belt rather than once again, just looking at his previous 3 purses, right? Both fighters. More than likely what's going to happen is the same thing that happened with Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter, in which they're going to give Shakur Stevenson a much greater purse split. Instead of 75-25, they're going to give him 60-40. That's why he's doing it. Just to show Haney, brother, even though you've actually made inflated purses, you can't draw flies to shit. And I'm the bigger ticket seller here, brother. And if we do fight, if you got the stones to go through this, you're going to see that. Am I wrong in saying this?
Well, in reference to the split, yes. But, the one thing that I'm kind of leery on.
No. I just asked you, am I wrong in saying this? And you just said yes.
Yeah. So
I'm wrong in saying this?
Well, no, not in that sense. But what I'm saying is, like, when you brought up the whole thing with Crawford and Porter.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a similar situation to Haney Lomachenko, right? In reference to how much money, as far as like the purse is concerned.
No. That was a completely different situation, right?
Yeah,
that wasn't mandated. That wasn't mandated by the WBC or any sanctioning organization. They make a deal. They brokered a deal through Top Rank, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the entire reason why he's brokering the deal. Or this is the entire reason why he's petitioning to the WBC. So they will intervene and determine that, Shakur he does deserve a greater percentage of the purse. That's why he's doing it. That's the
Gotcha.
only reason why he's doing it.
Now, Joe, given how much both would be pretty much requesting, do you think that Top Rank is really, excited
anxious,
about
champing at the bit? No, hell no. What they are, I'll tell you what they are anxious. They want, because they understand that Devin Haney's a free agent. What they are gambling, and I think they're willing to make this deal. I think they're willing to gamble. Once again, Bob Arum's a gambling man. He's willing to bet money, pay Devin Haney another inflated purse, betting that Shakur Stevens is going to take all those titles away from Devin Haney. He's a betting man. And he'd be willing to invest that money because Lomachenko, well, in the minds of most fans, should have gotten the job done, but he didn't. He's willing to bet that Shakur Stevenson will indeed lift those titles from Devin Haney. So, yeah, I think Bob Arum's willing to pay Devin no-ticket selling Haney another inflated purse. He's a gambling man at heart. That's why he's in Vegas, brother.
Gotcha. Now.
But I will say this: you brought up. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. My apologies.
Yeah, but that would, kind of like put, of course, Devin Haney's feet to the fire and say, hey, I'm willing to invest this much money, not just in Shakur Stevenson, but in you for this fight to take place. It's up to you to accept it now. That would be the situation. Would Haney accept?
Well, I honestly look, guys. Where platform is the fight going to happen? On Devin Haney Promotion TV? That is an excellent point. Guys, if anyone, any platform, any fan who took that bullshit banter between Haney and Shakur Stevenson before this, if anyone took it seriously, yeah, where's the fight going to be held? Fantasyland? Look, Devin Haney doesn't have any TV dates. It's not his money. Okay, he's got nothing to be issuing out percentage splits. That's why this is happening. Shakur's like, hey, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Come on, dude, let's make this real. Basically drawing that line in the sand, throwing down the gauntlet. Devin Haney, look, dude, this isn't Fantasyland anymore, Holmes. This is we're getting ready to make this real. We're calling your bluff, son. We don't think you've got the stones to do it. We think you're going to be running up north to 140, where you're going to take on Regis Prograis for much less money, unless Matchroom and Eddie Hearn's stupid and they want to pay money for two non-ticket sellers for an inflated purse, right? Now, once again, Jerry says, oh, come on, Shakur not a draw either, not even close. Hey, did you see you were at his last event, weren't you, in New Jersey?
April 8th, yes.
How's the crowd there?
It was it was a very good crowd for that. I think it was a little bit better than his bout against Conceição.
Conceição. Yep.
Not only that, I mean, he's had, a bout in Vegas there against Oscar Valdez too. So it's not like,
guys, look, if you think he's not a draw right now, well, maybe he's not a draw like Errol Spence Jr. or Terrence Crawford in Omaha, but he's a much bigger draw than Devin Haney. Let's just make that perfectly clear. Would you consider him a draw right now?
Who, Haney or Shakur?
Shakur Stevenson. Yeah.
In a way, yes. But remember, like, I've been, not only to this fight in Newark, but I've been to, the fight that they had in Atlanta too, and that was, completely different. So, but yeah, in comparison to Haney though, like, it's still more than Haney, and Haney asked for a higher purse. So.
And there it is. And yes, that's the only reason why that fight was on pay-per-view. Because Haney got, how much did Haney get paid in that fight, brother? 10 million. Put it this way. That was like almost a $10 million purse between the both of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that fight worth was that fight worth $10 million? Hell no, man. Bob Air, top rank lost their ass. ESPN lost their ass. They lost money. And they knew they were going to. They just wanted to recoup some of that money instead of taking it into a huge ding in their annual allotment. Okay, look, dude, this is the last time I'm going to mention it. Come on, man, stop BSing. Look, this was someone who was just there at the fight, James. Okay, he's a beat writer. He covers the beat. He's an expert. He actually is at these events, okay? Oh, my gosh. Devin has all the belts. That means something. Brother, of course. That's why the WBC is going to give him a bigger percentage. Oh, my gosh, dude. It was reported that, dude, you know what, dude? Stop. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, okay? So I'm going to focus my attention on someone who does. Thank you for joining us, Jerry. Maybe you can shut up and actually listen and learn something. So anyway, James, let's just move on from this. Do you think this fight will happen? What is your prediction? Do you think this fight will happen? Or do you think Haney is merely going to relinquish his title?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's moving up to 140. Yeah, I think he's moving up to 140.
Yep, exactly. Look, brother, let me ask you something, Jerry. Devin, he's got all the belts. What do you think the money situation would be like if he fought Gervonta Davis? You think it would mean something then? No. Gervonta Davis is the massive A-side compared to that non-ticket selling fool. And that's all you need to know from that. Learn something about the business, brother. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you learned something about the business, as that's what we profess and we focus on. We focus on the business so you don't continue living in fantasy land and actually understand why certain things in this business actually happen and don't happen. Let's see. Joe needs to stop making fights because of certain fighters don't sell in pay-per-view. Only handfuls sell. That's right. I agree. Don't overpay, but make them realize, like Haney, they make more money fighting Shakur. Can you make sense? Jesus, once again, brother, this is oh, hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this, dude. This guy's about to get blocked. Can you believe this, James? He's saying that I don't know shit about boxing. Someone who's been in this business for 20 years. I sound like a blowhard. I know more professional. Well, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, brother. You're gone. Dude, you sound like an idiot. Holy shit. I sound like a blowhard? Where's your channel, Jerry? Like, who do you know? Have you ever been in this business?
I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, dude, this is a waste of fucking time. My apologies, guys. So, you're gone, killer. Bye-bye, Jerry. Have a nice evening. Have a nice life. Kiss my ass. And there it is. And there it is. All right. Yeah, dude. Look. Jerry, have you been listening to the Boxing Voice? Yeah, obviously he has. Or some other channel that's never been in this business. Well, I know fighters. Well,
that's usually the go-to, isn't it?
Yeah. And Adam goes, damn, you deleted the chats before I read them. Yeah, because it was pissing me off, actually. It was actually quite insulting. Hold on. Joseph Salute. Why you keep giving fanboys attention? WBC will do the right thing, just like with Porter and Crawford. Yep, that's what I just said. Welcome to the show, Joseph. We appreciate you being here. You know what? Just wanted to make an example that if you come on this with this bullshit, I'm not going to put up with it. Guys, I've had a terrible day. And for the obvious reasons, anyone who joined us in the outset understands why. Okay, and I'm not going to go over it again. It's been a quite painful day, quite awful day, guys. But thank you for being here. I really need my extended War Week Radio family. Yeah. Oh, but go back to Jesus M. Look, guys. Now, once again, Gogi always professes, hey, look, the only thing that really matters in this business is your ability to sell tickets or draw ratings. And he's absolutely right. Right? Joe Boxing needs to stop making fights because certain fighters don't sell and pay. Well, look. It used to be, James. You remember when you just became a fan before you entered this business? You remember why pay-per-view fights were made back then? Do you remember why? Because they were special events that deserved to be on the pay-per-view revenue stream, just like closed circuit back in the day. That's a far cry from now. Now, yeah, the guys, look, Spence Crawford, that deserves to be on pay-per-view, right? That deserves it. But most fights, like chances are, guys, Thurman versus Ugas is going to be on pay-per-view out of necessity. Just like Haney Lomachenko was on pay-per-view out of necessity. Because these guys just demand way too much money. That doesn't reflect their accurate market value. That's why. Guys, that's why. Okay, so once again, your ability to sell is huge. It's everything in this business, guys. And if you can't sell, you've got no business demanding that kind of damn money. Okay? And once again, it's hard to fault the fighters because there's a reason why they think they're worth this much money. Look at the entire heavyweight division. They're all products of inflated purses, James. Am I wrong about that?
Yep. Every one of them, pretty much.
And once again, and how does the heavyweight division looking as a result?
Oh, God.
Completely dormant, completely inactive. Bunch of entitled bitches. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of, now once again, Promotions 101. You know, if any promoter's dumb enough to pay out fighters inflated purses, well, then they get what they deserve. They get what they have coming to them, which is fighters who aren't willing to make the best fights a reality. And why? Well, why should they? If they've grown accustomed to getting millions for softer touches, why should they? Why should they actually step in the ring with the best, right? And guess whose fault that is? That's a promoter's fault or a network willing to pay that exorbitant amount. Am I wrong about that, James?
Yeah, if they're willing to pay them for you know.
You can't fault the fighters.
Yeah.
Can't fault the fighters then. It's not their fault. They're just reacting to how much they've made in the past. So if Haney has an inflated sense of worth, guess whose fault that is? That's Eddie Hearns and Bob's. Because he couldn't sell up my living room on a Saturday night. Yet he thinks he deserves to be one of the highest paid fighters in boxing. Something wrong there, guys. So now, with that said, there's no way in hell that this fight's going to be made unless, once again, Bob Arum, the gambling man, is willing to pay Haney another absurdly inflated purse. That's it. Guys, we're going to move on because we're running out of time. It's already 45 minutes in. So we're going to move on to this, guys.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
Woo! Are you ready, Brother James?
Yeah, let's go.
Number one, Jerron Boots Ennis is correct when he states, quote, they ain't seen nothing yet. They only seen like 30 or 40% of me, end quote. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Ooh.
Fact. I
Boy,
mean, well,
go ahead, James.
Some folks would say that I'm kind of biased in this sense, but I mean, when you've been around, you know, Jerron Boots Ennis, you know, for what, about a few years, you know, whether it's been in camp or out of camp, yeah, you really haven't seen much out of Jerron Boots Ennis. And the thing about it is, I think he's, you know, he still has more tools that he could get. And once he has that, people won't believe the type of fighter that he's going to be.
Yeah, look, guys, look. I'm sorry, guys. Jaron Boots Ennis is the future of boxing. And if you guys didn't recognize the talent, well, then you just don't know what you're fucking looking at in the ring. Pardon my French. He looked sensational. He showed us everything that we've been hoping to see. And boy, he is sensational. Gifted, natural athletic gifts, blessed with great reflexes, skills from all ranges, inside, mid-range, from mid to long range. He's got it all. He's and like Terrence Crawford, he's ambidextrous. He can fight you proficiently from both southpaw and orthodox stance. Great footwork. Oh my gosh, very good defense too on the inside. Very good from mid-long. Like he's got it all, guys. And rather than saying, "Oh, my mind's still not made up," I won't be convinced until I see him fight someone who's in the top, dude. Then you don't know what you're looking at. Everyone should be heralding this kid as the future of boxing because that's exactly what it is. James, do you see anyone beating him at 47?
No, I don't. Especially going off of what's going to be coming up. Yeah, I really don't see anyone beating him at 147 at all. I don't.
No, brother. Like we've seen the future of boxing, and it looks very good. And its name is Jaron Boots Ennis, guys. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. LLOHS says, I saw Showtime Paramount billboard. They were promoting football, but not boxing. Tank would have looked good on it. Yes, sir. I tell you what, there's a very, very easy way to rectify this. Start financially supporting the product, guys. Start subscribing to Showtime Paramount, not just streaming these things illegally. I'm not talking about you guys. I already know you guys are great fans. You guys support this financially. You guys are all in. I know this. I know this guy from you guys. I'm talking about boxing diehards as a whole. The overwhelming majority, James. Purchase Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. if you still want to be a voice and you want to see your beloved boxing on those billboards. That's the only way to do it. James, am I wrong?
Nope, you're not. Definitely not on that instance.
There it is, guys. There it is. Joseph has the beat. Either you know or you don't know about Boots. He is one of them ones. Yes, sir. Yeah. James, when is the last time you've seen that kind of rare talent in the ring with that kind of skill set?
A complete combination of that, not really. I mean, like you could and this was like mentioned in my show a couple of days ago. Some may compare him to Roy Jones. Some could compare him to
I can see that too.
A young Floyd Mayweather, like around,
I can see that too.
130, 135, but Boots is starting at 147 with that type of talent and mixture of speed, skill, size and all of that. So and I've said this like from the previous year or so, like every all of the peers that I talk to in the gyms outside of what happens there in Philadelphia, when they bring up the name Jaron Boots Ennis, like they say, yes, he is the guy. When you hear that from the peers, from not just other reporters or other commentators or something like that, like other fighters that be in the gyms and all of that, and they say that he's the dude, okay, that should tell y'all something.
Yep, but still, fans know better, huh? Diehard fans know better, right? They know more than James Gogi, what they see in the ring, right? They know more than Brian Bye-Bye Jennings, what he sees in the ring, right? They know better, right? They can kiss my ass. I'll tell you what, let's move on, brother. Fact or fiction number 2, brother. Because of the financial that is Wilder versus Ruiz, Usyk's promoter is not correct when calling for Fury to be stripped of the WBC title ahead of the now official Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Fact or fiction, sir?
So the way that you worded it, that should be a fact. Because WBC can't strip Fury in this sense because of the situation between Ruiz and Wilder. But not only that, usually if you don't have something happen with the eliminator between two specific fighters, you're supposed to move down the line. And they didn't do it. So
they haven't done that yet.
You can't strip.
Now look, guys. Nope. Cannot. And once again, I'm sick and tired of these crybaby bitches, hater Tyson Fury fans. Guys, come on. Use your thinking cap. It hasn't been for a lack of, well, Tyson Fury is single-handedly holding up that. No, he's not. He's tried to make these fights. And correct me if I'm wrong, brother. He tried to make the Usyk fight. Usyk ran to the Saudis, signed with Skills Challenge, because he knew that was going to be more money if he went over there. And guess what? That fight's going to happen next year, January. Then what did he do? Tried to make the Zhilei Zhang fight. What happened, James? Well, Joe Joyce executed his rematch clause.
Yep.
From what I was told, it was almost a done deal from Bruce Trampler. Guess what? It wasn't for a lack of effort. Then he tried to actually make a fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. What happened, James?
Andy Ruiz being Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. Priced himself out, demanding $20 million. So, guys, how is Tyson Fury holding up the heavyweight division? Guys, once again, he is all out of options. He's like, screw this, man. I want to fight. I want to stay busy. I want to make money. So guess what? He's fighting Francis Ngannou. So if you want to point the finger at Ruiz. Point the finger at Joe Joyce. Point the finger at Alexander Usyk. That fight was all but done. Okay? Once again, how is this Tyson Fury's fault? And why should WBC strip him? Okay. Do you have anything to add to that, James? Because honestly, fans are just being a bunch of little crybaby bitches right now.
Nope. Nothing to add off that.
There it is, guys. There it is. We want to welcome my brother Big Luke to the show. Woo! No one compares to Roy Jones Jr., but Sugar Ray Robinson. Ooh. Tell you what, brother. Are we seeing, James, the second coming of Sugar Ray Robinson? Oh, my gosh, that's sacrilegious, isn't it? Did I just say that out loud? Guys, I want to give a big shout out to my brother EJ. I'm sorry, James, as you were, sir. Go ahead.
According to some people, yeah, I guess he would consider that.
Well, compared to your brother who will go unnamed, yeah, compared to him, I'm sure it is sacrilegious. But once again, to anyone who knows what they're looking at, there's real, genuine reason for everyone to be excited. We saw what we were looking for, and it looks great, guys. Khalid has the beat. Boots is like Leonard, Roy, and Mayweather mixed all together. Guys, I couldn't agree more. He is a special once-in-a-generational talent. And if you guys aren't excited, well, you will in time. Once he actually has passed your resume exam. Ching Yao. I'm going to say this again, guys, in my best Emmanuel Stewart voice. Joseph, resumes, records, and trinkets are for fans, writers, and network executives who don't quite understand what they're looking at in the ring. And that's the gospel according to Emmanuel, guys. And that's a truth. That is the truth. Adam says, yep, Boots passes the eye test. Hell yes, he does. Bacon and eggs, welcome to the program series. I said it today. That Usyk tucked tail and bolted for the Arab oil money. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And anyone who can't see that, boy, you've got the, oh, I said it from day one. Yes, you did.
Right.
And anyone who can't see the obvious are putting on the Tyson Fury hatred goggles. It's clouding your better judgment, sir. Joseph Brown has the beat. That is a fact. WBC gave the blessing for the Fury fight. Fury to fight Francis Ngannou. I don't care about the fight. No one does, dude. But you can't strip him with no mandatory not being called. Yes, sir. Once again, if you guys can't see the obvious, well, it sounds to me like you've got a case of Tyson Fury irrational hatred. And there it is. And there it is. Something tells me, Joseph, this is coming up in Fact or Fiction. Can't wait to get James's comments on this. Moving on, James, do you have anything more to add about the entire Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fiasco going down?
Nah, not really. You know, they say what the planned date is a good ways from now. So I ain't really gonna.
It's in October. Who cares? Honestly, brother, I couldn't care less. But this is going to make a ton of money because you know these MMA, these clowns, dude. They always catch this fever like, oh, this MMA fighter is going to make an example out of the boxing champion and teach him a lesson for proving once and for all that UFC and MMA fighters are just better. Ching out, dude. When are you guys going to learn? Terrible, dude. Terrible. Oh, hold on. Look at this shit. So I see you are a Fury still. How disappointing. Yeah, if you're fair, we're shills, huh? James, if we're fair and actually see things from an unbiased lens, we're shills, right? Kiss my ass, treetop, and keep living on the treetop, brother. Freaking jackass. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. I'm having a late night Sammy and a female just walked in the place. Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh, brother. Hang in there, my friend. Hang in there. There's help on the way, I'm sure. Peter Von Arx, welcome to the show, sir. God bless you, man. It's good to see you on here. WBC won't strip Fury, in my opinion. Personally, Ngannou as an exhibition, nope. From what we've been told, it's not an exhibition. And it will be fun to watch if you don't take it seriously and just take it for what it is, entertainment. And you know, when is it ever bad to have fun at an MMA fan's expense, James?
Oh, it's always fun to have someone on the MMA team.
Yeah.
So, dang.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. Let's move on, my friend. All right, here it is. Number 3, brother. After receiving the green light from the WBA to have a voluntary defense of his welterweight regular title, Amantas Stanionis will choose fellow countryman and former Olympian Igas Velasquez as his next opponent. Fact or fiction?
Ooh, that's a good one. It could be a fact. I just, trying to figure out where they were hosted. But that would be a good potential fight for him. That wasn't one of the opponents that I kind of suggested for him. But hey, if it happens, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, as a voluntary, I can see him giving his fellow countrymen a much-needed payday because Igas Velasquez seems to be considered by everyone to be more risk than reward. Hard puncher, crafty counter puncher, very skilled, deceptively fast hands. Always has that threat of a knockout, right? And he's a man without a promotional company, man without any TV dates, man without any real opponents lined up. Yeah, I can see him giving his fellow countrymen that opportunity, right? I could see that. Peter Von Arx says, yeah, Stanionis could use a stay busy fight. Well, would you consider Igis Kovalyauskas a stay busy fight, brother?
That would be a good scrap. That would be
Yeah.
better than. Actually, that would be better than me than a fight against Jamal James.
Oh, hell yes, brother. Hell yes. In my opinion, I think it would also be better than Thurman versus Ugas. Maybe I'm wrong. I actually like that fight if it's on regular subscriber Showtime. But James, what's the potential of Thurman versus Ugas being on regular subscriber Showtime?
0%.
Yep. Unfortunately, both inflated purse earners. Yeah, they're going to want too much money for that dangerous and very competitive matchup. Number 4, Sugar Shane Mosley's claim that Spence damaged Crawford in sparring several years ago did not actually happen. Fact or fiction?
I think that was a fact. Like, come on, man. Liz, well, of course, you've been in the business a very, very long time. And, you know, I've been in the game for, a little bit myself. But something like that, that would have been common. That would have, quote unquote, been common knowledge within the boxing circles. It would have been common knowledge. Like how you have Earl Spence Jr.'s claim to fame when he was coming up as a welterweight to what he did with Floyd Mayweather Jr. This would have been
that well known. Yep.
So
it would be that well known, James. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Where are we, brother? Number 5, right?
Yep. Number 5.
Number 5 on August 12th. Dillian White will once again get KTFO'd by way of a vicious uppercut at the hands of Anthony Joshua. Fact or fiction?
Fact. And hopefully, for some people, hopefully it'll be the last time that they see Dillian White in a boxing ring. But yeah, he never learns how to tuck his chin.
Oh, Chingao, dude. And this guy's got delusions of grandeur. He thinks he deserves that fight with Deontay Wilder. Man, sit your ass down, dude. Come on now. You're a chump, brother, and you're lucky to be getting this last payday. Peter Von Arts has the beat. Fact. All right, brother, where are we? Number 6, sir. Yes. Fact or fiction, brother? Canelo Alvarez will knock out both Charlos in his next 2 fights.
Oh, damn.
Now, keep in mind, the only reason why I'm adding this one today is because Coach Ronnie isn't here. It's just you and I, my friend. So, hey, give us your candid, unbiased opinion, my friend. What do you genuinely think?
Fiction.
¿Por qué, señor?
Okay. What I'm not saying is, I'm not saying that he will lose to either one of those fighters. But what I'm saying is, I just don't feel like he's stopping both of them.
Nope. How about one of them?
Potentially, yes. He can stop one of them, but not both.
You know what, brother? I'll tell you what I think, James, and see if you agree with me. I think Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez looks eerily similar to Kell Brook versus Triple G. And I think Canelo gets the knockout. That's just too much to ask of, the very game and the very gallant Jermell Charlo. From 154 jumping up to 68. He's never taken bombs like this with 10-ounce gloves. Ever, 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 ever. And what's going to happen if he really can't hurt Canelo?
That's always been the concern for me, especially with Canelo's past few fights. If you can't, hurt him to a certain level, then he'll just eventually walk through you. Unless if you have like something to a point of like where Dimitri Bivol that could, move in and out,
Mhm.
in and out of the pocket. So that would be the thing with at least with Jamel Charlo, is if he's able to move in and out of the pocket, and he doesn't have that type of quickness to do that.
Yeah, and honestly, he's got a great jab, but it's not like Dimitri Bivol's. It's not as intelligent. Guys, Dimitri Bivol, well, not arguably, he has the most intelligent jab in boxing. Like, he can control range with that jab alone and that footwork, the foundation of his defense. And guys, let's just face it. Canelo, boy, he lumped him up pretty good on that left arm. And he proved that he could take Canelo Alvarez's best punches. Right? Not like he didn't get untouched in that fight. Let's just be honest. How does Jamel react under that same kind of power? I don't think he does well. I think he looks great in the first half of the fight, and I think he gets caught. He gets knocked out. Now, Jamal, well, he's a bigger boy. He's used to taking bigger shots. I think he, does a lot better. Not sure if he wins, but I like his chances. I think his chances are much better. But I think it is indeed fiction. I think he only knocks out little Charlo. That's what I think. Your thoughts, James? Your final thoughts on this, sir?
Yeah, I'm, still, like I said, I'm still on the fence of, where Canelo is at this particular point. But I'll say this is really based on what he's done in his past 3 fights, particularly in his last 2 fights, where he didn't get the stoppages against Gennady Golovkin and against John Ryder. So that's the only thing that kind of like has me, eerie a little bit. But that's that.
Yep, there it is. There it is. But yeah, Steven let the cat out of the bag, didn't he? He said, yeah, both Charlos are going to get the fights as part of this 3-fight package, something that we've already known for quite some time, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Guys, make no mistake about it. It's going to be Charlo, Spence. That's it. So Benavidez, don't try apologizing now. You're not going to get any closer to a fight with Canelo. Okay? Don't say you're sorry. Don't send him a nice fruit basket. Just start getting ready for Dave Morrell Jr., brother, because you're going to get it. You're going to get it, and so are the fans. That is the best fight that you can make at 168, in my opinion. James, your thoughts on that?
Oh, yeah, easily the best fight at 168 right now.
Yep. Khalid has the beat, I think. Yeah, I remember Tony Harrison was beating up Jermell on the inside in their first fight. Jermell will be out. Agreed, my friend. He says, outmatched. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agreed. LLOHS, Garcia versus Lada, anyone? Crickets? Crickets? No. Not just no, James, but hell no. 2 inflated purse-earning bitches at the tail end of their career trying to fight for one last payday. Why would Steven Espinoza reward these 2 retreads? Why would he give a precious TV date to these 2 retreads? Why would he do that?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't have done it.
No. Look. Someone needs to convince Steven, brother, the buck stops with you. If you don't like the matchup, you don't have to damn pay for it. That's it. You don't have to pay for it. Number 7, Fact or Fiction coach, James. Matchroom Sport contender at 168, Diego Pacheco will knock out Edgar Hamburger Langa in 2024. Fact or fiction, brother?
Fact. I thought, you know what, though? I thought Pacheco was under Matchroom, though. But, yeah, that's a fact.
He is under Matchroom Sport, brother, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a real problem for Diego Pacheco. What the hell are they going to do with him at 68?
Yeah, after that, then where can he go?
Mm-hmm. Here, listen to our brother Joey Chaz. Canelo's the most important boxer at PBC. The other fights don't matter. Yeah, you're right, Joey. Spence versus Crawford really doesn't matter at the end of the day, does it? Brother, stuff that opinion in your back pocket, homie. Did you have anything to add to that, brother?
Benavidez versus Morrell. Okay, that's coming up. So get ready for that.
Yes.
The thing about it is that, you know, as of right now, PBC has been putting up the best fights in the sport of boxing this year.
Yep.
So that doesn't.
It's not even a close second, is it, James? Right now,
not even a close second, and he didn't even have to have Canelo Alvarez added to that schedule. So yeah.
Yep. And there it is, guys. And there it is. Once again, that's just icing on the cake now, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Ooh, tell you what, after this, guys, after Fact or Fiction, guys, we are going to get James's thoughts on what he thinks about this first all access between Crawford and Spence. Stay tuned for that. I want to hear it. I need to hear it. Number 8, Fact or Fiction, brother. This weekend, Donaire will become the oldest man to win a major world title at 118 pounds again, breaking his record, well, of winning a bantamweight championship at age 40. Fact or fiction, brother?
That's a fact. He's winning. He's winning on Saturday night. Other people don't really know too much about his opponent. And the thing with Nonito Donaire, he's still being kind of like staying sharp. In the gyms, whether it's him being in the ring or him, teaching, other fighters in these gyms, particularly in Las Vegas, Nevada. Who was it? Actually, I've seen him, there with Dylan Price, young Dylan Price, sometime back. I feel like he's, still sharp enough in order to, win a world championship.
There it is. Best of luck to our brother, Nonito Donaire. Tell you what, God be with you, my friend. And let's just hope you still have some juice left in those legs, brother. God be with you this weekend. And number 9, brother. Guys, and if you haven't already seen Big James, his interview with, the 135-pound contender, Frank Martin, guys, please check it out as soon as this show is finished. It is outstanding, very insightful stuff. So here it is, number 9, Big James. Frank Martin, after this weekend's dominant performance, will be viewed as too much risk for the reward by everyone at 135 and become officially the most avoided man in the lightweight division. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, I'd say a fact. I would say a fact. I don't feel like, the top fighters within the division will, go ahead and face him. He, like he said in the conversation, earlier, a few days ago, he feels like he is a top 5 guy in the lightweight division. And the potential matchups that are out there for him at this particular point within that range, I don't think it's going to pretty much happen. So he's going to have a tough time getting good fights up there at lightweight for a little bit, for a little while now.
Yeah, you know what, brother? There's so much to like about Frank Martin. He is the total package, guys. He is the total package. And I'm sorry, outside of Gervonta Davis, no one, and outside of Shakur Stevenson, maybe, no one's going to be able to touch Frank Martin. And because he not yet is a huge ticket seller or big time attraction, he's going to be avoided like the plague, guys. That is a big, big fact right there. There's so much alike about Frank Martin. He's got it all, guys. He's got it all. And you're going to see that on display at the Cosmopolitan this weekend, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the thing is,
go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. We'll have his fight here against Artem Harutyunyan. They say it's supposed to be some sort of like a WBC eliminator. And then, it'll be about a couple weeks. You'll have, Isaac Cruz Gonzalez there against Giovanna Cabrera, and they're pretty much around that, floating around the top 3 to 10 day sanctioned body rankings. Some people would think like the winner of those 2 fights, that should be a matchup. But Frank Martin gets through this. I'm pretty certain that the winner of Isaac Cruz and Giovanna Cabrera is not going to be facing Frank Martin.
Nope. Not going to be facing Frank Martin. Nope. Tell you what, though, Peter Von Arx wants to see it. Pitbull versus Martin. Make the damn fight. Well, keep reaching for the stars, my friend.
You're gonna have to talk to Sean Gibbons about that.
What do you think he's going to say, brother? Hell no. Hell no. Ching hell. Number 10, Factor Fiction, my friend.
Let's go.
All right, go ahead, sir.
The way that you
ready?
said it,
Number
probably
10.
the same way you say it.
Hell no. No, he'd laugh first, not after. Number 10, Factor Fiction, my friend. We're at the end, so let's hear it once again, right? Let's hear it one more time, brother.
Hey, we ain't ducking and dodging nobody. It's time for Fact or Fiction.
And we're at the end of the road, big games, and then we have to get your opinion on this recent All Access, right? Waiting to hear it. Been waiting all episode. So here we go. Number 10, Fact or Fiction. Tyson Fury will elect to face the Big Bang Zhilei Zhang instead of unified heavyweight champ Alexander Usyk in 2024, simply to piss off these crybaby bitches. Fact or Fiction?
Although I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. That's fiction. He'll eventually face Alexander Usyk in 2024 after this fight against Francis Ngannou for the undisputed heavyweight championship. I just feel like this is he's gonna get his money with the Ngannou fight, and then after that he'll go after Alexander Usyk and win. He'll go for the undisputed championship. I think his aim is going to be he basically wants 2 fights that he's going to have Usyk and Joshua. And if he gets through both of those, then he's done. He's gone off to the sunset.
Yep, that's it. That's it, guys. You know what? I think it's fiction as well. I think he shuts everyone up and fights Alexander Usyk in January. I truly believe that. And once again, it's the biggest money fight that he can partake in. But I tell you what, I would love to see me some Tyson Fury versus Zhilei Zhang, wouldn't you?
I would. I would.
That's a great fight. That's a great fight.
That's a great fight. I think it would be a great fight. I think it would be a very, very good action fight. And talk about money. You would get some good money off of that fight too.
Yeah, of course, guys. Once again, you've got the entire Chinese nation behind you. Well, and then all of Tyson Fury's detractors who would buy it just to see if he gets his ass whooped. And then all of Tyson Fury's fans. Yeah, what's not to love? And look, I'll say this. Look, let's do Fact or Fiction number 11. Tyson Fury fights Zhilei Zhang in 2024, and people still accuse him of cherry-picking the awkward, hard-punching southpaw from China. Fact or Fiction?
Well, fact that people will say he's cherry-picking, yeah. For the fans, in the fan sense, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Once again, guys, you can't please any of these fans. detractors. You know what I was going to say.
Yes.
Pardon my French, guys. Jay Swift, welcome to the show, sir. Man, I love Benavidez. What's not to love, brother? He is all action and brings it. He is a great young fighter. And you know what? I really wish he had gotten the Canelo fight. He's not gonna. So Benavidez, man up, brother. Take on your next toughest challenge, which is going to be David Morrell Jr. That is a great fight. What's not to love? What's not to love? That's fight of the year right there. It has fight of the year written all over it. But what's not to love about Benavidez? Dude, he is so much fun to watch, guys. He's a bad dude. That's why everyone wants to see it fight and to see him versus Canelo. That's why everyone wants to see the Mexican monster, because he truly is a Mexican monster. He is all action. He's everything you love about the sport, guys. Make no mistake about it. That is one bad dude, and I can say that because Ronnie's not here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say he's a bad dude and he's an all-action fighter. But if he goes up against David Morrell Jr.,
woo! Boy, I tell you what, we would see the very best of both fighters. I can guarantee it. Both men, both trainers would get up for this fight. This has fight of the year written all over it, guys. Peter Von Arts has the beat. That is one of the best matchups that you can make in boxing. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Yep. Jay Swift. Now, keep in mind, guys, I love both men, and this is why this is what you want to see. Both studs in the ring at their apex of ability. You want to see guys tangle at their peak, not when they get old. Come on now. Spence Crawford should have happened 5 years ago. We want to see it now, damn it. Both young dudes at in their prime at 68. Let's do it. Ching Gao, I tell you what, we're at the end of Fact or Fiction, though, brother. Thank you, Brother James. And in the final 10 minutes of the program, brother, your thoughts on the very captivating all access of Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr., sir.
Yeah, I mean, had checked it out here before this particular episode of War Week Chats, and I thought it was put together very well. I like how they mixed in the portions of the two press conferences they had, of course, in Los Angeles and New York, and kind of gone into a little bit about the background of Errol Spence and him, building up to this particular point and staying consistent in trying to unify each belt one by one, and going into the side of Terrence Crawford as much as they possibly could. I thought that was fairly impressive. One, because they had to use footage from Top Rank and gave credit to Top Rank for that footage of those fights.
Yeah.
And then two, kind of like, having them open up a little bit, in a sense, in reference to like how much, family means to them, and how much, being in the city of Omaha, Nebraska, how much that means to him, and what
absolutely
it took for him to, get out of what he was in his situation as a young kid, then growing up to where he is now, and being able to build the gym alongside Brian Womack McIntyre, so that other young people could try to follow the same footsteps as him, and have that option to go to a gym, or like for some, like go to a basketball court instead of like being out in the streets or whatnot. So I thought how they did this first episode was very good. Oh,
I thought it was outstanding, brother.
One other thing that I have to mention.
Let's hear it, sir.
That was
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, brother. I know what you're gonna say.
They had to include it. They had to have the involvement of America's team, the Dallas Cowboys.
Dun, 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 dun.
I thought it was when they featured
brother.
Pollard and Dak Prescott and of course Michael Parsons. So
dude, CeeDee Lamb, baby.
Too.
I loved it. I love seeing Jerry J.R. Ewing Jones right there front and center, baby. It was hard not to love that. If you're a diehard Cowboy fan, as we are, right? It was impossible not to smile from ear to ear while you were watching that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
dude. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yep, that was good. That was awesome.
I loved it. I loved it, man. Dallas's own J.R. Ewing, Jerry Jones, right there saying, you know, I love my Cowboys, and Errol Spence Jr. He's cut from that same cloth. As you know, he could have easily been a Cowboy had he not accepted the plight of trying to be a prize fighter. I loved it. Woo! Yep, boy, Jay Swift has the beat. That was indeed dope. Dope as F, brother. Yep, making Errol Spence the honorary Cowboy. Loved it. Yeah, I knew you were going to bring that up, my friend. How could you not, right?
Right.
So let me ask you something, James. It's your job to remain unbiased. After watching that All Access, can you, realistically, can you remain unbiased while watching this fight live?
In a sense, I guess I would have to if I'm on assignment. So, it's like, I mean, you know, of course, you know, you'll have writers and columnists and stuff that, you know, have their picks and things like that. So, I mean, I have my pick. You know, Ben had my pick, but you know, when watching the fight, it's just, you know, enjoying that the fight will actually happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the thing for me, is that the fight that, you know, people have been asking for is finally going to happen, and you know, we're finally getting it. So that's the thing that's going to be it for me. It's like I said, I mean, I've been waiting for this fight since October, November. So the mere fact that it's happening, that's it for me, you know.
I tell you what, brother, I can't wait. Guys, if you haven't seen All Access Crawford versus Spence, what are you waiting for, guys? Because after watching that, I can tell you this. Didn't it feel, was it just me, James, or didn't it feel like a classic HBO 24/7?
Yeah, it was kind of built that way. It was kind of built that way. And
I loved it.
I think it's more of like, you know, because of the fighters, because, you know, that they're quote unquote like fighters. They're not, you know, necessarily on the side of the whole superstar type thing. But you kind of like, or the quote unquote glitz and glamour, but you know that they are fighters. And so, you know, with that being said, you know that it's going to be, you know, an awesome fight. And they know, and that was the important thing, they know that it's going to be an awesome fight because neither one of them are really underestimating each other. So,
yep, that's it. That's it. I tell you what, Joey, Bud and Spence are boring. Now, yes, they are individually. They've got the personality of a stick. But I found all 30 minutes of this first All Access completely riveting from start to finish. James, did you ever forward through any of it?
No.
Guys, I found myself getting excited for July 29th, guys. And if you can't get up for this after watching that All Access, you need to check your pulse. Like, seriously, this is a great matchup. This has the feel of a classic 80s or 70s type war, man. This is going to be a great fight. A high-powered chess match. The two best at 47. Arguably the two best in boxing, period. What's not to love? Guys, throw down your hard-earned money. Finally, they're giving you a fight that you guys want. One that you've been clamoring for years. Reward the promoters. Reward the network. Reward the fighters. It's happening, guys. Do not illegally stream this one, guys.
But I'll put it like this, right? All these years, especially, within these past few months, it's been the fans that have talked about this potential fight. It's been the fans that have, brought this up multiple times over in the boxing channels or whatever it is. They've been, discussing it. When you talk about YouTube views, this is just, how they do the analytics of that type of stuff. When you have the topic of Spence Crawford, that's pretty much number one when it comes to views on a lot of these channels. Okay. So once this fight does go down, this is where, as Joe has said many times over, this is where you have to put up or shut up.
Yep.
You're going to have to put up the money and support this fight, support this card. Because, hey, this is what y'all asked for. So y'all gonna have to put up for it. So there it is.
That's it. Very well said, James. Very well said, my friend. I tell you what, we'll give you your parting shots now. Want to thank you for being our gracious co-host, my friend. Thank you for performing Fact or Fiction, and thank you for begrudgingly performing in Rick Glazer's Twitter Watch, my friend. Love you, brother. Please give us your parting shots and let us know where to find you, sir.
Yeah, just once again, thankful for being part of this weekly episode on Tuesday. Of course, we didn't have Coach Ronnie Shields on this week as he is getting prepared for his fighter that has a fight coming up that will be in Las Vegas, the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas. There. So, big ups to Coach Ronnie Shields on that. Big prayers go out to your girlfriend, reference to
Thank you, my
what's
brother.
going on right now. Like I said, you catch me on Sundays on the Boxing Source YouTube channel. We have interviews posted up, like I said, of Frank Martin.
Whoa. Hold on, James. Hold on. I just saw something, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me that the Nonito Donaire fight hasn't been scrapped from that Cosmopolitan card.
I've been, like, over the past few minutes, I've been looking around. I haven't seen anything that, no news that says that it's been scrapped. The only thing I saw that it wasn't was the thing from BoxRec, but I haven't seen anything that said like it's been officially scrapped for, any reason. And if anything, Nonito would probably let the people know or whatnot, because Nonito is.
Because I don't see it. I think now, according to BoxRec, it looks like Ronnie's fighter Willie Jones is going to be thrust into the first part of the triple header. He's going to be taking on Quentin Randall, another undefeated fighter. Guys, if you remember, Willie Jones, he knocked out at the Armory in his last time out back in February. Willie Jones knocked out an undefeated prospect in round number 1. Ronnie Shields says, don't be shocked if he does it again. 6'1", 147, right? He's got a 9-2 record. But Coach Ronnie says, yeah, it's very misleading. This guy's a stud, and he's going to show you again on Showtime. I will say this. I really hope Nonito's fight didn't get scrapped for some reason. Guys, we'll keep you informed. Don't forget, guys, we're going to have a special midweek Gogi show. He's going to be breaking down a potential matchup between, brace yourselves, guys, Jerron Boots Ennis and Errol Spence Jr., and he's going to tell you guys why he heavily would favor Teron Boots Ennis against Errol Spence Jr. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be tomorrow night. I can't wait for that. But James, my apologies. Your final thoughts, brother, your parting shots.
Oh, no. Like I said, thanks for being part of the show for those that are in the live chat. Like I said, check out more from Joseph Heron on WAWR Week Radio Network here on YouTube. And be sure to, catch me on the Boxing Source YouTube channel and check out boxingsource.net.
James, thank you so much for being the gracious co-host and once again being a part of this program. I love sharing the air with you, my friend, and you're a credit to the business of boxing, my brother. Stay classy, always keep doing the quality work, my friend. And guys, if you haven't already, please go bookmark theboxingsource.net and please go subscribe to James's channel if you haven't already. Juice, that's the way, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm so proud of my entire extended WAWR Week Radio family. And I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys. Thank you, Juice. You're a great fan, brother. Thank you for supporting us on this day. And Mr. Lance Meyer, hey, brother, thank you for being here, my friend. Always a pleasure seeing you in the chat, brother. I just wish you had been here a little sooner. But, guys, if you missed any part of it, you can catch it on replay. Just click rewind right now. What are you waiting for? But, guys, on behalf of my brother J.R. Bell, I'm Joseph Heron. You've been listening to WAWR Week Radio. Have a great evening, everybody.
FightSaga.com and Halftime Pizza proudly present WAWR Week Radio chats with ring announcer and commentator Joseph Heron.